The number 6 biggest mistake is, did I say no catcher? Look, this is how much I feel about this, that people just persist with not using a catcher. So whatever you do, make sure you use a catcher when you're mowing the lawn. The number 7 biggest mistake is, believe it or not, it's people that kill their lawn with kindness. And what I mean by this is overwatering. This is a really big mistake because people have this tendency to think, oh, I need to water it every day for 20 minutes, when in fact once a week for an hour is good enough for the warm season grasses, especially through the summer. I always tell people just rely on the rainfall, and then if there's no rain that week, make sure you give it a good heavy soak for about an hour. The number 8 biggest mistake made by people is using those these what they call the clever lawn care products, those the 2-in-1 weed and feed products. I'm not a big fan of them because really you need to be weeding your lawn or spraying out weeds in your lawn at one part of the year, and then you need to be feeding at a different time of the year. So the weed and feed products, I think they're a bit sort of a waste of money for what they set out to do, and they're setting out to do something at the wrong time of the year. So if you need to get rid of weeds, then you buy the herbicide that targets those particular weeds. So you do that part of the job separately, and then a few months later when the season warms up, that's when you fertilise, and any good slow release fertiliser will do the trick. The number 9 biggest mistake made by contractors, homeowners and their children is killing their lawns with herbicides. Even though they're using the herbicide for the right job, they may kill the lawn because the herbicide or the sprayer has not been calibrated. So it's really important that we calibrate our equipment before we start spraying for weeds. The 10th biggest mistake made by people is mowing the lawn too short. Generally, for most warm season grasses, I just tell my clients mow your lawn around about an inch high, and then going into winter a little bit higher to compensate for the reduced sunlight hours. Definitely a no-no with grasses like Durban. It needs to be mowed really high, about 2 to 3 inches. And then the cool season grasses like your ryegrass and fescues, they need to be mowed fairly high as well. So that last mistake is definitely a mistake made by young children of homeowners, because the young boy thinks, oh, this is, I'll just mow it really short and then I won't have to do it for 2 or 3 weeks. Well, that's, it's not really the best way to do things. So the idea is we mow regularly, but we just take the top of the grass off, or about 1/3 of the leaf off. There is a tendency by people to top dress their lawn, and when I say top dress, they'll do the whole lawn, which is not a good thing. You don't need to top dress the whole lawn. If anything, you just top dress the lumps and bumps in the lawn. So, and the best thing for that is river sand, and the best time to top dress is in spring or summer. Not to do this in winter, as the grass won't grow through it quickly, and you'll just be left with white spots around the lawn. One other mistake made by people is they plant the wrong lawn. So it's really important that you give a lot of thought to exactly what sort of lawn you're going to lay where you want grass to be put. So if you've got any sort of possible shady areas, and you'll sort of work this out in the winter where you see the most of the shadows cast. If you've got any shady areas, then the best grass here in Australia is any of the Australian buffaloes, and I can definitely recommend buffaloes like Sir Walter, King's Pride, those sort of buffaloes. So no problem with them. If you've got full sun, then I can confidently recommend kikuyu or couch or zoysia but for any of those shady spots, definitely go with buffalo.